Hi, everyone. I'm Miss Paniculum,
And I'm Mr. Blucher.
and we are two Pathways and Careers teachers for YCDSB. And today we are here to speak to you about your individual Pathways plan and why it's such an important tool to have as you transition between elementary to secondary and possibly a post-secondary education. I'm sure you've heard your parents or relatives ask at family gatherings, what do you want to be when you grow up? It's such a loaded question, and many of you might feel the pressure of providing the right answer. But don't sweat it if you feel you don't know how to answer just yet. It's okay. There is definitely time to make these big decisions. What you may not have realized is that along the way, as you've been experiencing life, learning in school, and actively being part of clubs and committees, you have been essentially developing your future plan, your individual pathways plan, your IPP. Your future pathway will be determined by all kinds of factors, including your interests, experiences, and influences. It's important to keep these three principles in mind. First, everyone has the ability to be successful no matter what your career or life plan is for yourself. Second, success comes in many forms. Educational options have broadened, and now students have more opportunities to find success in many different places. Last, there are many pathways to success. Most people don't travel a direct route from school to their dream job. There can be setbacks along your path, but these setbacks can strengthen your commitment to reach your goal.
In this overview of the IPP, we will be discussing the purpose of the IPP, the various things you should consider placing in your IPP, and a short sampling of the tools you can use to create your IPP. We will also be discussing who should create an IPP, and finally, why the IPP is so important.
Some of you in high school or even in grade 8 may remember the four guiding questions of the individual pathways plan. These are the foundation of creating and maintaining a future plan for yourself. For the grade 7s, these will be new to you. The four inquiry questions are, who am I? What are my opportunities? Who do I want to become? And what is my plan for achieving my goals? These inquiry questions become the backbone of your IPP, and you will answer them through the many personal pieces, experiences, and reflections you will post and share. The more authentically you do this, the better sense of yourself you will gain.
The process of building your individual pathway plan involves 3 easy steps. As a student, you are constantly creating and viewing content that can be included in your IPP. So that's where you begin. Start building your plan by collecting all of the content that you are proud of. These are your personal artifacts. The second step is a little more difficult. You need to select content that is meaningful to you. How you assign meaning is entirely up to you. If you have selected your artifacts carefully, the third step becomes easier. Take some time to reflect on the meaning of your artifact and how it connects to the 4 inquiry questions.
The collection of pieces you will eventually upload will come from many places. It may include schoolwork that you feel played an important role in your learning process, such as an essay found in Google Docs. Or maybe you participate in Splice Week and have an awesome slideshow you want to highlight. You can easily take your pictures of items as well, a math test, some awards, a hobby you spent a lot of time on. Some of you may want to link items to your IPP, such as posts, blogs, or content from your social media accounts, like Instagram or Facebook, which you feel best represents you. Maybe you are an aspiring YouTuber and think your YouTube channel and videos will help with future job prospects. There are so many places you can find awesome pieces to include in your IPP. Whatever you feel played an instrumental role in your learning journey and best reflects who you are is something to include.
Let's be clear. When you select artifacts to include in your IPP, you do not have to select only the content you have produced in class. You have a whole life outside of school, so make sure that it is well represented. What is most important is that your artifacts are meaningful. So you can select artifacts that represent a super high mark or the hardest you have ever worked on a project. But you should also honor how hard you work in your extracurricular activities. You should also recognize your personal struggles and the important lessons you have learned from them. Take time to select artifacts that make a connection to a future pathway that you find interesting. The list of meaningful options is endless.
The best pieces of your IPP are those that describe you. My blueprint has surveys that, when filled out, provide insight into how you best learn, what your personality says about you, what motivates you, and possible career fields, all of which you can include in your IPP. You may also want to include pictures of various achievements, such as medals from tournaments, art pieces you are proud of, a test you didn't do so well in but motivated you to learn from your mistakes. Maybe you are into coding or robotics and built something you want to display. Or maybe you participated in a competition that you worked on for some time that really demonstrates your perseverance and dedication. The options are endless.
Reflection is the final and most important step when you add an artifact to your IPP. This is your chance to capture exactly why your chosen artifact belongs in your plan. So don't pull any punches. Be honest with yourself and write or record a reflection to accompany your artifact. When you are finished, go back to the 4 inquiry questions and examine how any or all of them connect directly to what your artifact taught you about who you are, your future opportunities, the person you want to become, and your plans for achieving your goals.
Once you collect the initial pieces that best represent the various aspects of you, it's time to put it all together through a digital portfolio. Your IPP can take many forms. It can be organized in a Google Drive folder or built through Google Site. Or you may decide to build your portfolio on My Blueprint. My Blueprint is what you'll be using for course selection each year, starting in grade 8. So it makes sense to use it to create your IPP through its digital portfolio option. As you go through your educational years, your IPP should evolve and change with you. When students graduate high school, many choose to transition their digital portfolio onto a new platform like Google Site or LinkedIn to reflect this next stage in their lives.
In My Blueprint, each artifact and reflection that is uploaded into your digital portfolio includes a short description of its significance and a tag that helps you to keep all of your uploads organized. All of the tags are custom creations. This means that you are free to create tags that describe exactly why each upload is important. You are also able to have multiple tags for each upload, so be descriptive. Add a multitude of tags to each artifact to help you keep your IPP well organized.
Your IPP is something that is constantly growing and changing, just like you. It showcases your learning and is a great tool to share. Your IPP should be able to stand on its own, meaning it should explain who you are and demonstrates your learning through the reflection pieces without you having to actually explain each piece to someone. Having a digital portfolio makes it easy to share with future schools, teachers, or employers. Especially now with this non-contact world we currently live in, many high schools with specialized programs ask students to send in a digital portfolio as part of their application. And many employers use a digital portfolio to get to know whether the applicant is a good choice. Think about how useful this IPP is in promoting your own personal brand.
Your IPP is a living document. That means you can add, delete, or improve content whenever you like. It is meant to grow and change as you grow and change. It is owned by you. So make sure that you feel your IPP is an honest reflection of who you are. You can also create a new IPP every year. This would make each year's IPP a time capsule that you can revisit at any point in your academic life. I'm sure many of you have looked back at a project in your drive from grade 6 and reminisced with your friends about your antics while you were creating that project. Think about what it would be like now to be able to look back at your portfolio from kindergarten. What do you think would be different about your plans and interests? What do you think would be the same? The answer to those questions might teach you something important about your future.
An IPP is a good idea for students from SK to grade 12 to create. Throughout your educational journey in elementary and high school, you have been completing pieces that illustrate your interests. When collected together, you have curated your own portfolio. The longer you invest in creating and updating your IPP, the better you will be in understanding who you are and choosing a career or life plan that best matches your interests.
The Individual Pathways Plan is appropriate for any pathway. It is an individual plan. That means it's your plan. So you need to ask yourself some questions. Does your future plan involve college? Great. Use your IPP to help you plan. Do you think your future goal requires university? Great. Use your IPP to help you plan. Do you have to complete an apprenticeship to realize your dreams? Great. Use your IPP to help you plan. Does your future plan involve working right after you finish high school? You guessed it. Use your IPP to help you plan. Use your IPP to help you plan for your future. If you aren't sure what your future plans are, that's great too. Use your IPP to help you collect your thoughts and explore your potential pathway.
Now that you've got into the habit of recognizing what you enjoy doing and how you learn best, it's important now to explore opportunities where you can expand on these things. Think about where in education, work, extracurricular activities, and within your community life, you can look to engage your interests, skills, and passions. In grades 7 to 12, you can build on the learning reflected in your portfolio as you develop your individual pathways plan, which has shown to be very helpful to students in a successful transition to secondary school and even your initial post-secondary destination.
In grades 7 and 8, your IPP is useful in helping you choose elective and compulsory courses for high school. Think about your interests and skills. How might those help you to select elective courses that you will enjoy? As you advance into grades 11 and 12, your IPP will be a valuable resource as you choose your post-secondary pathway. Those same skills and interests from elementary school, along with the new ones that you have developed in high school, will help you to determine the direction of your next big step.
Constant review of your IPP helps you determine what career or life plan you want for yourself. So the IPP becomes a great place to help you decide what courses you need or programs to take before graduating high school.
Your academic career will likely take many twists and turns throughout your life. Creating and maintaining an individual pathways plan offers practice for your brain that will help you better understand your strengths as well as your solutions to past struggles. Going back to those important core elements when things are challenging will help you to make better decisions.
Planning your future starts with knowing yourself right now. Your IPP will help you to clarify your unique interests and talents. So go ahead, start selecting pieces that represent you. Your future is in your hands. And at the next family gathering you attend, you'll be prepared to confidently answer the question, what do you want to be when you grow up?
If you would like to see examples of student e-portfolios, please go to the Take Your Kids to Virtual Work Day website.